Keith Leal Radio.
Where's your Facebook? Okay. Tell Dad I just sent him on Facebook a message, or I posted it. Okay.
All right. We got a couple on this end logging in, so but we can, like I said, we could hit anytime. So we're gonna get ready to go right now. Let me just
Okay.
hide this up there and start the broadcast.
On Facebook.
All right, welcome everybody out there that's logging in. Welcome to the Keith Leal Radio Show Facebook page, HoustonTejanoHits.com. We have another special guest today, and this guest here is no stranger to the business. You know what I mean? We're talking to none other than Jenny B. Okay, and you guys are probably familiar. Welcome to Houston Tejano Hits. A lot of people are not familiar with the name, the household name, but they're going to get used to it. Jenny B. Okay.
Yes, they will.
Once again, thank you for taking the time to join us today on Houston Tejano Hits and my Facebook page as well. What, where are you at right now? What is up with you today before we get started?
Right now, I'm in the beautiful city of Corpus Christi. I have family that live here. So we're here, and we're actually checking out some of the Tejano clubs, trying to push out my new single, Besos de Amor. And so far, so good. You know, we were at Whiskey Rios last night, and we saw Danny Perez there, and he's amazing. Super sweet guy. I love him to death, honestly. So goofy. I love it. And, he was able to spin the song, and it was actually a really good response. Of course, you had some people dancing because as Hopeful, it's a danceable song, but you could tell people were like, what is this and who is this, so I think that's a good thing too. So we're excited.
If you're turning heads, you know what I mean, it makes sense to if they have to can guess who is it or whatnot. I mean, they're listening to it. It's something that
exactly
really refreshing, you know what I mean, and especially in a club when you hear the same thing over and over when you go to the club, you know what I mean. They always have their hands full of songs, that they're going to pick, but definitely, yeah. So that's awesome. That's a good thing. So once again, welcome here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jenny. A little bit of your musical background. I know you come from a musical family, going all the way back into the 90s with Los Agas. Tell me a little bit about that.
So a little bit about me. I'm very family oriented. First and foremost, I have to make that clear to everyone, is that my family is my everything. I was raised that way. Without family, you have nothing. And that's really what's important to me in my life. And why I actually do my music. It's my goal is that I can take care of my family. Your parents, they get older, your family. And, I like having everyone close with me, so I'm going to be definitely one of those artists that rolls deep with the family. I go somewhere and I got my mom, my dad, my cousins, my third cousin, everybody is, I don't need an entourage of friends. I literally just love my family to death. And I'm outgoing, I'm bubbly, I'm fun. I love to laugh. I literally have LOL tattooed on me because it's just who I am. It's, you're with Jenny, you're going to have a good time. I'm goofy. If you hear my laugh, you know where to find me, basically. But going back to my family, as far as with the 90s, like you said, Los Agas, my dad and my uncles and my grandfather were Los Agas. And, it was a crazy time in the 90s for them. They were blowing up real fast and moving forward with Selena. But, of course, with her tragic death and other things that got in the way, it's just one of those things where we think now these days, what could have it been if they would have, continued on the path they were at, But because of that, I was always around, music. They literally practiced in my living room every other day, if not every day. So the mic was always on for me. The entertainment side was there, the guitars. It was always around me. And naturally, of course, like any, little girl, Selena played a big part in that too.
Right.
Of course, and then when the Los Agues signed with Q Productions, it just was even around even more. So I couldn't get enough of it. And Selena, of course, is one of my idols, not just as a singer, though, an entertainer, but as the human being she was, the humbleness that she projected. You know what I mean? So that really just sums up Jenny in a wholesome. I am actually married to my amazing husband. We'll be 10 years in September. And
congratulations. We just lost you. Hopefully we can get her back in here in just a few minutes.
Okay, am I back on?
Yes, you are.
Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, I've been married 10 years, and I have 2 beautiful children. I just had my baby girl 2 months ago. So, and then thank you, and we jumped right back on it, and that's literally just Jenny in a bubble.
Yeah,
that's it.
Cool. That's cool. I mean, so you got everything to work for. Your family, your husband, your kids. You know what I mean? That's something there. And you had put your career on hold for a little while there. During a pregnancy in the past as well. You were doing, before you got into the Tejano scene, which we'll get to a little bit here with your song. You were doing some pop as well, right? You released an album, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm family though, right?
I'm sorry?
You did a Spanish album before the pop back in the day.
Yes. So if we go back to, I believe it was 2006, 2007. I was still in high school. My family wanted to do like a, reggaeton type, album. And of course, I've always wanted to sing, but I never did it professionally. So they were like, "Hey, you want to come on board?" I'm like, "Sure." Not a clue what I was expecting. And it was called Quince 09, and it worked out for a while. But again, it's really hard because sometimes, like I said, it'll come for you. It will come for you so hard, for your dreams, for your ambitions and everything. And it just didn't work out at the end of the day, and that's okay. We still had the family, and that's really what's important.
Yeah.
And then from there, I had gotten married and all that stuff. And once I had my son, my first baby, my husband was like, "So are we going to get back into the music?" And of course I was like, "Well, I just had a baby. I don't know." And so we jumped into the pop and the EDM scene, and it's been going great. I released a few singles, and then I did a single with Jasmine Crowe. She's a Billboard artist from Los Angeles. And then I released my EP, Stop Me, which, if you go check it out, I promise you will not be disappointed. Everyone who, even if you didn't realize you like pop or EDM, it's inspirational, it's motivating, especially for women. I'm all about women empowerment. And that's really what the Jenny B brand is. It's women empowerment, but not shoved down your throat, not in an ugly way. It's very wholesome. It gets you going, it just makes you proud to be a woman, That's all.
That's it. That's nothing much, right? So we got a couple of keep up the amazing job, Jenny. We got some comments out here that are checking us out right now on the interview. Another thing that we wanted to talk about. So going back to that, like you said in 2008, when you released that first project there. The experience was just, I'm sure was awesome for you because you continued to do it. Like you said, you're going to pick up where you left off, and you did so with a new single that's out right now, which is Beso de Amor, and produced by the legendary Hugo Guerrero. That's also another amazing guy right there. He's very talented. He's got in the business for many, many decades. And tell us a little bit about how you crossed paths with him and to get him to produce the song and whatnot. Tell us how all that came about.
Yeah, so with Hugo, he actually is my Uncle Jesse, who's also in Los Agues. He was a lead singer in Los Agues. They've been buddies since Los Agues, and they've kept in touch and everything. And when we had told him that we were going to be doing, we're going to cross over into Tejano, which of course everyone was like super excited because my dad and my family's always told me, "You need to do Tejano. You have a great Tejano voice." And I was like, Tejano, like I'm trying to do pop. Like pop's my thing. I love Tejano. Don't get me wrong. Tejano is my childhood, but when you're trying to start music, to me, Tejano wasn't the first thing in my mind. I wanted to go like, do a Lipa and J-Lo and all them are, you know what I'm saying? But when we had told him we're going to do Tejano, he's like, oh, we'll get with Hugo because he's going to be the best for you, you know. And sure enough, we met up with Hugo, who is super sweet. I love Hugo. Shout out to Hugo. He is so amazing. And he's so, like, I was just able to explain what we wanted. And he, no problem. Oh, yeah, I can get that for you. And real quick, you know, which is great because to me in this industry, you got to be able to push it out pretty quick, you know. And he did exactly that. And, you know, he's just an amazing person to work with. Just the way he works with his instruments is, I mean, just listen to the song and it speaks for itself. He's amazing. Yes, so we started working with him. And I mean, as of right now, he's my producer because I don't know about the other producer, but he's the best I know.
Yeah, he's an amazing guy. Like I said, I had him on the show not too long ago as well. You know, I had him sing me a piece of the charanga from back in the day. And he's like, oh, you know, you do that? He's very down to earth, great guy. It was wonderful to have him. He's got a new song out as well. So you came across paths with him. You did the song. Is there? You got more? We'll get to the song at the end. We'll sign out with the song. That way, everybody get a chance to hear that song, which we're playing it as well on Houston's Tejano Hits. So if anybody out there is not familiar with the song, Beso de Amor is the name of the song, and you can hear it right here on Houston's Tejano Hits.com. We'll get to that here in just a few more minutes. But is there a plan to make a EP or an album, or is this going to be your first single right now, which is out already? Any plans to make any more along the way to play an album?
Yeah, well, originally the plan was just to push out singles because, my name is not known. I'm not anybody right now. So I'm just an artist who's just trying to push out her music and get my name noticed and my talent recognized. But honestly, like the way that this song has been going up and up and up and up, and I'm getting like all these calls and, it's so much is happening just from this one song. It would be very dumb for us not to do an EP or an album. And I've actually had people asking if I was going to do that, which shows me that they're invested, they're interested, they want more. And of course, I'm not going to deny any of my fans, what they're asking for. So I can tell you right now, an EP/maybe album is definitely in play already.
So another question for you on the EP, if when that does come about, when you start doing that, are you going to actually do any English, something that you like you said you love to do? Are you going to put a song on there, some type of pop song or something like that you want to do? You're going to add a track on that?
I'm definitely going to add a little bit of the English. I won't say necessarily pop, but definitely English into it. But the whole okay, so when I wanted to do, when they were like, my dad was like, let's just do Tejano. And I was like, okay, like, let's actually do it. I was only going to do it if it sounded like an old school Tejano with a modern, like, melody or something to make it modern, but not to where it's like over. Like, I love that old Tejano sound, Gary Hobbs, Mas, I feel like it kind of died off and everybody wanted to try new things. Like you were saying earlier when we first got on, like, people wanted to change things up and that's great. It's great to bring something fresh, but I feel like it kind of lost the sound. It kind of lost, to me, that nostalgic sound, that everyone just loved in the 90s. So we just couldn't get enough of it, And so I am going to put some of the English and some spice into the album or EP, but it's not going to go too far off left field. You know what I mean? Because I feel like this song took off so well because of the way it sounds like an old school. So I don't want my fans to get disappointed expecting something like that and they get something like completely left field,
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. You don't want to throw them under the bus, you know what I mean, with that. Photo said that's the cover for your album, your single that's out right now, which is Beso de Amor. You can hear that song on HoustonTejanoHits.com. Remember, you can log on to our Facebook page as well. Everywhere here on Houston's Tejano Hits and Weekly Out Radio. So just follow your websites or your social media sites. Let's get people familiar with where they can get a hold of you or follow you and all that other good stuff to keep up with future stuff that's going to be happening with you on releases and performances and whatnot.
Yes. No, you can find me on Instagram. You can find me at officially_Jenny B. You can find me under Jenny B on Facebook. And I also have a website, which is, if you go to the website, it's a lot easier to find like the Facebook and Instagram because it has like the little icons there. So if you go to jennybmusic.com, You'll find everything. You'll find merchandise that I have right now, which is super cool. It's super great. It's different. It's got like crop tops and, cute things for girls and makeup bag and, really cool stuff. Some t-shirts for the boys and the men who want to rock out that Jenny B. And you can find my bio if you want to learn a little bit more about me, my EPK. I mean, you can find everything you could possibly find on my website. So that's jennybmusic.com. You guys go check it out. I promise you won't be disappointed. And I just want to say, real quick, thank you, Keith, I didn't say in the beginning, but thank you so much for having me on this show.
Oh, yeah.
I had mentioned to you earlier that this was my first radio interview, stepping into the Tejano world. And the fact that you were like so quick, like, hey, let me get interviewed. And I was like, oh my God, it was great. So I'm always going to be down with Houston, Tejano Hits, 110%. I want to back y'all up. I'm a fan of y'all. And my fans too. I love y'all so much, especially all the new Jenny B fans. I just hope to make you guys proud, especially in the Tejano community, because like I said, it's very much part of my childhood and who I am and how I grew up. And all I want to do is just make everyone proud, including my family, my fans. And if I can do that, I can die a happy woman.
So we got people here asking, Ashley got to see us asking, where's the video for Beso de Amor?
It is coming. Believe it or not, it's been on high demand. I don't know why, but everyone is in high demand. So it's definitely in the works. We're actually going to start shooting in the next week or two, I believe. So if you follow me, you follow my Facebook, my Instagram, you're going to see the whole journey, even some behind the scenes stuff. It's going to be it's going to have a twist in it. I'm going to leave you with that. It's going to have a twist in it. So got to go follow to know what's going to happen next.
Yes. So follow her. You know what I mean? You get the videos is yet to come. Like she said, it's going to have a twist in this. So look out for that. Beso de Amor is the name of the song. It's her debut single in the Tejano industry, so, it's going to be played everywhere. I'm sure it's going to start taking off, so be prepared for that. Like you said, you're already getting calls that you didn't expect, you're getting a lot of this, that, so it's coming. So
yes,
just be on
standby.
So let's talk about going back to before the pandemic in 2019, where you did Oyster Bake. You actually were invited to be a perform in Fiesta in San Antonio.
Yes, Oyster Bake was amazing. I actually did 2 Fiesta, I guess, performances. One was the major one was the Oyster Bake, and then there was another one that I did at the it was like the arts Fiesta side of it.
Okay, yes.
Forgot what it was called. Yeah, but Oyster Bake was huge. Outfit was on point. That's another Jenny B point in the brand. When you get Jenny B, you're gonna get the hair, you're gonna get the makeup, you're gonna get the outfit, you're gonna get the shoes. It's the whole package.
Okay.
But Oyster Bake was great. The crowd was amazing. At the time, I had only had 2 singles as my pop. So, I did a lot more covers. I did the Stephanie Lynn, which everyone just went crazy for. And I guess that's one of the first times that I realized, people are still really loving Tejano right now. It was a great experience. That was my first time performing on a stage of that size. And so, of course, I was like, I like this. I could do this more often.
So, yeah, and you're used to that. Back in 2021, also, you were invited to perform in front of A&R's, from Capitol Records. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, like I said, you're no stranger to the showbiz. You know what I mean? So, how exciting was that?
Yeah, that was okay. When I got the phone call for that, I literally cried. I have it on video. I was in tears because it's one of those things that you wish as an artist to get a phone call like that. Like, hey, because it was just a matter of submitting some music to, some people that we had saw on live or whatever, like music reviews or whatever. And they heard my song, one of those records that we had sent to them that I had just released, and they loved it right away. And so they called and they're like, hey, we want to have you come out to Los Angeles and you have the opportunity to perform in front of ARs, which is Artist Recruiters for Capitol Records. I believe it was Atlantic and, oh, sweet Jesus, I forgot the other one. But they were big labels, okay? They were big labels. And so it was an experience that was nerve-wracking because, you love to get signed, right? especially in Los Angeles. I mean, oh my gosh, the dream. So we flew out there, we did the thing, I did my thing, and we made great connections with them. Unfortunately, I wasn't what they were looking for at the time. I guess they were looking for a specific artist. I'm not sure, but they're great guys. They're great people that I got to meet, network, got connections. I had gained alone with just that, I think 600 followers off the bat. So the name was definitely circulating in Los Angeles, which was super cool. And it just opened more doors for me, really, and sometimes that's what happens in music. You think that you're going to this is going to be an overnight thing, and it's not. It takes time. And I think it's very important for artists to know, because I feel like that's a big reason why they stop pursuing their dreams, because it didn't happen in the last 2 years. It's not going to happen. It's going to take a minute,
Yeah, exactly.
So I just think that's important for artists to know that it's going to take time. That's why it's a dream. It's a passion. You can't just stop. You got to keep going after kids, after marriage,
Yeah. So right now you're currently an independent and free agent artist. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm sure it's a good thing for you right now, because you can make all the decisions. You know what I mean? You can make all the decisions and all that other stuff. I got another one here. So when will you be performing in Corpus Christi? So right now, do you have a band together or anything like that?
I don't have a band, but I am looking. So if there's anybody out there, guitar, bass, drum, keys, that would love to connect with me as far as being with a band, please DM me or message me, because we are actually going to start doing auditions pretty soon. And as far as, Corpus, whenever Corpus is ready for me, I'm here. I'm literally an hour and a half away. So whenever they're ready for me, I will be here with open arms, ready to perform. I literally carry my mic. Anytime I travel, I am that artist that I take my mic with me just in case. And they're like, oh, sure, let me plug in. Just, yeah. But a band is definitely needed. So we're working on that. But, one step at a time, just trying to, get the song out, see how it does. People even like me.
Definitely. Let's let the new single that you have, Vessel de Amor, sink in, and then get that all taken care of first, and then I'm sure like you said, everything's coming at you really fast. You know what I mean? So just buckle up. Be ready for it, because it's gonna get hectic for you. I'm sure. You know what I mean? You missed it for
I'm
a
ready.
while, but you're ready. I know that. You're definitely hungry. I can tell. So well, again, your song is available on all digital platforms. Is that right?
Yes.
You go out there
Yes.
and
You can
download
find it
it.
literally everywhere. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes. I mean, you can find it anywhere, really. And if you can't, DM me. Let me know, because DistroKid messed up. I need to know why it's not on that platform.
Right. So yeah, go out there. People go out there and grab the song while you can. And it's going to be available. It's El Beso de Amor. Check it out. Again, it's an amazing song. It's, like she says, going back to the traditional style. The Tejano from back in the days. You know what I mean? And with a little twist to it as well. It's not. Like she said, the sound of the Gary Hobbs back in the days. A lot of that that we miss today. Everything is just, to me. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of artists. You know what I mean? That put some music out. I'm not going to go into detail, but they put some songs out that you know what I'm talking about. But
Don't be shady.
they put some songs out right now that pretty much don't sound like the '90s, but they just sound the same flat. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, it's like, what were you thinking? You know what I mean? There's a lot of music that things. I know they take the time to do it, but we had 2 years off
Yeah.
prior to the pandemic, or during the pandemic, and this is what you came up with. There's a lot of artists out there, and it's sad, but it's true. But I mean, sometimes it's better. They say it's better, left unsaid, but no, I'm going to say it. You know what I mean?
You go, Keith.
Yeah,
And you know what? I back up on that too. It kind of just seems like people are just releasing music, and they don't really care how it sounds, especially if they have an established name, which is fine. That's cool. That's, no hate or anything like that. But, people get disappointed, and it kind of turns them away from the Hano, because it's like, oh, another song that sounds, like you said, it sounds just like that. And, you want to, and I feel like that's what the Hano is missing to me. And tell me if I'm wrong, Keith, but I feel like it needs the excitement. Where's the excitement? Where's the, that makes you want to go to a grand ballet? Where is it? So
yeah,
I'm
you're
hoping
right.
to bring that.
Yeah. Oh, and you're on the right path, definitely. With your new single that
Thank
you have
you.
out. So, ladies and gentlemen out there that just got us tuned in or logged in, go out and find the song. Go out and look for it. It's available on all digital platforms. You can follow her on social media as well. Like you said, go to her website, which she's going to announce that again because I don't have it in my mind right now on the website. So it's easier for them to go there and they can get all your other social media sites from your website, right?
Yes, you can go to jennybmusic.com, jennybmusic.com, and you can even find my most recent like upcoming gigs.
Okay.
So even if you don't have a social media, you can just save or put my website as a bookmark on your phone, computer, whatever, and just go there to see what's going on the latest with Jenny B, where she's gonna be at. You'll find everything on there, and I update it myself to make sure that my fans are always up to date on what's going on. You can even sign up for newsletters. So I highly recommend to do that. You can find all my social media there,
Okay.
music videos,
And
everything.
that upcoming schedule and performances and stuff like that. So yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. So go ahead and follow her today.
Yes,
People
sir.
out there, Jenny B is going to be a name to remember. So be on the lookout for her. She might be coming to a neighborhood near you, or a city near you, and perform or whatnot. So be on the lookout. Jenny B, that's a name to remember in the Tejano industry. Again, Jenny, we want to thank you for taking the time, for joining me here today. Share your song with everybody, and people kind of, around the world listening to us. We're going to share this video as well, so that way we can get the name out there. And hopefully we'll, see you very soon in the performance somewhere here, maybe in the Houston area, surrounding areas, San Antonio, anywhere. I'm sure it's up and coming. Like I said, brace yourself because it's gonna get hectic for you, and you're ready for it. So, we wish you the
Yeah,
best.
no, I stay ready, so I don't gotta get ready, Keith. Okay, so that's the thing with Jenny is, like I said, I even travel with my mic because I'm always ready in case the opportunity comes. Because you just never know when you might get another opportunity. And I'm hoping to start performing soon. If I can get a band together, or even just myself, like just to go out there. I do have a gig in Brownsville coming up. I just want to announce that real quick on the
Okay.
27th for the Ruby Ann's Takeover. So the Tejano Wildfire, I will be out there in Brownsville on the 27th. So you guys got to head out there. I believe it's $10 at the door, and I'm hoping I can make it to Houston soon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm sure
You know,
it's down the line you'll get there. We'll definitely look you up anywhere and everywhere if we get a chance to go and check out a performance from you. Um, in the
yes.
future, so people be on the lookout for Jenny B. Okay, and we want to say hello to let me say hello to some of the people that are logging in here. Lucy Benavides, a big shout out to her. Rebecca Rose Garcia, Timothy Rodriguez also on. Marshall's on. Ricky Duran. Let's see here.
Marshall's my husband.
Marshall. Okay, cool, awesome. He's
He's
logged
such
in.
a big supporter.
Lisa Garcia as well is logged on. Juan Gonzalez. We've got just name a few here that are out there. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this
Thank
broadcast
you
today.
all.
Yes, so be on the lookout and keep it tuned right here to Houston's TejanoHits.com as well. The song's being played here, so if you haven't heard it, log in, download our app, and you can take us wherever you want to go 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Jenny, again, thank you so much. We do appreciate the time. You're
Of
welcome back
course.
anytime. Anytime you want to come back on, we are ready for you. Okay, so it's the best of luck to you.
Awesome.
Beso de Amor, available on all digital platforms. And we're gonna play that song here as we sign out here for everybody out there that hasn't heard the song. But we're gonna close out here. Jenny, again, thank you. Best of luck to you. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Keith, and thank you to Houston's Tejano Hits. I really appreciate it. You guys are my family now.
All right, you're welcome. Very welcome. Thank you.
Huh? Am I still on? Oh. Keith, do I get off now?
busquemos la forma